I'm Kelly.
And I'm Leslie.
And we're the Dollar Saving Divas. We know how hard it is to provide your family with everything they need while still being able to treat yourself.
Everyone wants to be able to afford the most fashionable accessories, the newest styles, and those special evenings out without breaking the bank.
That's for sure. Over the years, we've found some tips and tricks to make this luxury lifestyle affordable, and we want to share those secrets with you. In each of our podcasts, we'll be sharing our suggestions for luxury living for less. Everything from how to spot the secondhand deals to tips for maximizing your rewards points. We want to help you save money.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's start saving.
The Busy Woman's Cheat Sheet for Family Bonding. This episode of the Dollar Saving Divas podcast is brought to you by renttherunway.com.
You'll find more than 200,000 pieces and 400 designers in the Rent the Runway closet. For any event you might be attending, formal, cocktail, or festive, you can get 4 or 8 day designer rentals for a fraction of the price. Anything you want, one flat price.
And when you click the link on our Dollar Saving Divas Facebook page, you'll save even more and help keep this podcast free.
Look great and save money too at renttherunway.com.
Okay, Leslie, there are lots of things that we can do to kind of bond with our family, our kids,
or
choose. If we so choose,
or we can choose that kind of thing.
Not to bond.
Yeah,
to bond or not to bond.
Exactly.
That's James Bond. Also, there's some other things that we can talk about too about, what to do around the dinner time, just kind of save time and do that. But, I think it's really nice to have,
you should have some designated family time. Ours was always dinner, but a lot of people that doesn't work out because of this crazy schedule.
Yes, that's true. Because people are like, you're either traveling, you don't get home till late, or your kids have ball games,
activities after school.
Yes.
So try breakfast, which I think is a great idea. That's the one time everybody's home. I know it's a little hectic, but if you can work in a quick breakfast, 15 minutes for everybody to sit down, and it is the most important meal of the day. I personally love breakfast.
I know you love breakfast, and that's why you're doing the breakfast one, because I never eat breakfast.
Oh, I love breakfast. I wake up in the morning. In fact, sometimes
do you dream about breakfast?
I go to bed thinking about what I'm going to eat in the morning when I get up. That's how
weird.
Much I love breakfast.
That is really weird.
Sometimes that's my last thought. It's like, ooh, I think I'm going to make a smoothie in the morning.
Okay, that's weird. Thinking about what you're eating for breakfast.
I love breakfast. I love eating.
Apparently,
I love eating.
I love eating too, but I don't dream about it.
Another suggestion is bond with your kids while you're running errands, because, this is funny. There was a British study that found that kids were more likely to confess either bad grades or problems in the car, partly because they didn't have to look directly at their parents.
Because they're driving.
Everybody's eyes forward, and they can confess, and they open up a little bit more, which I found that I didn't realize it had anything to do with no eye contact, but that makes perfect sense when you think about it.
And there are more things along that line too. For instance, I think like at bedtime. Now, I know I used to do this with my daughter, with Alexis. People are kind of their defense when they're a little tired. Their defenses are down, so you can get them to be.
That's when you can prod.
Exactly.
Try to get them to reveal their secrets.
Exactly. So, if there's
get them when they're weak.
Well, that's what I did. So we would have what I call a mock slumber party. So we get in on our bed, we turn on the TV, and we just kind of
Benadryl.
Yeah, and
get the bright light out.
Exactly what I was going to say. It's kind of like, what's that stuff that you shoot people with? Not shoot them, but and they make them truth serum stuff. So it's like truth serum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bright light on
yeah, I'm going. So
yes. I'm all for it.
Did you really do that?
That's the kind of parents we are.
Oh my gosh. It works.
Exactly. Well, the other thing, I know, you end up watching a lot of TV with your kids, which brings up a lot of opportunity for conversation, especially if you're watching the news these days. But that's a great opportunity to talk about those more difficult subjects and to really get your kids' opinion on what's happening in the world. I mean, you watch an hour of CNN and boy, you got a lot of topics to discuss with your kids.
Oh, yeah.
But it gives you an opportunity to talk about those more difficult subjects.
Oh, like this morning.
And you can always turn the TV off.
Exactly.
You can always hit that button.
Hit that thing. Well, the other thing is when you were talking about the face-to-face kind of thing in the car, the same thing is texting. I mean, my daughter and I probably text more than we talk to each other on the phone. And a lot of times she'll give me a little, it's not if it's the real heart to heart, you don't want to do that via text. I mean, you're really not going to do that because you really need the truth stuff. But other than that, it's the way they communicate. So, as long as they communicate in English, I mean, they have all these shortcut things, and I'm like, what the heck are you talking about?
I've had to Google a few acronyms. Like, what does that mean? Oh,
or I've had to, or she just wants to keep going on the conversation, and I'm like, I'm just going to call you because, a 4-paragraph text is like, no, this is when a call is more appropriate. She's upset about something or that. It's like, pick up the phone and let's talk about that. But, and we were talking before, you were talking about the breakfast thing. Well, there's also things that, sometimes it's just good enough that, you can prepare and do some other things that saves time and you can spend more time with your family. Like, in the evening when you're having dinner is, nobody leaves the kitchen until all the dishes are not just taken from the plate, from the table, but are actually rinsed and put in the dishwasher. So therefore, everybody needs to help clean up. And
there's no TV until the kitchen's clean.
Exactly. And it only takes, it takes less than 5 minutes when everybody, pitches in and does it. There's also things that we've done before many a time is, a lot of times kids get home earlier than we do because they're in school and maybe they don't have an activity. So if we've got something prepared already in the fridge, they can pull it out. It's a casserole, whatever it is. They can turn it on the oven, put it in there. Or the other thing is slow cookers.
Oh, the slow cooker. That's a lifesaver when you're working long hours.
Oh my gosh.
Start it up in the morning and you come home and the house smells good. Dinner's ready.
It's okay. I have to tell you a slow cooker story. And
I don't know too many of those.
Okay, so you can hear the slow cooker story. I recently bought a slow cooker for my daughter, and it was awesome because you know how slow cookers have the handle on the top and you have to lift it off and you never know where to put it, like when you're entertaining. This has one that tips back. Oh. Yes, and then everybody going, well, how do you clean it? It pulls off. Then it's awesome.
Oh, that's clever.
I mean, yeah.
Where were those?
That's what I said. I said, and then the water's not dripping.
Glass
yes,
lid or whatever.
Yes, you don't have to have a whole nother table to put it on. Okay, that's my slow cooker story, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty clever.
Yeah, they can be purchased at, I think it's by Crock-Pot, actually, and can be purchased at Macy's.
Good to know.
Yeah, and I think it's like, well, if you get it, like after the holidays or something like that, well, it's even on sale now. So, okay, that was a nice pitch for Crock-Pot and for Macy's. Well, also, I think another thing is we've done this many a time. I used to do this even growing up because my mom was pretty much a single mom. So she would get home after work and it would be, like 5:30, 6 o'clock. We would like to have breakfast for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
we used to do
They call it Brinner.
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds so.
Pancakes or scrambled eggs.
Okay. Scrambled eggs. Okay. I have to tell you what we used to have with scrambled eggs.
You put ketchup on them, right?
No ketchup.
What?
No, we served them with a side of baked beans.
Oh, well, never had that.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I mean, I just remember that. Yeah, eggs and a side of baked beans. I loved it.
That's not bad.
Okay, well,
I could
try it.
I would try that. I would eat that.
Okay, well, you're going to have to try that then. So, well, another thing you can do, and I know we've done this before too, is, after a long day, some people have a good day, some people have a bad day. Well, just kind of go around the table and say, what good thing happened today? Or, something bad happened today and you really want to vent about it. So that's a good, it's just something else that you can do. So, you can make your dinner great again.
It's like a little game of Russian roulette, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Did you have a good day or a bad day?
Pass
Don't know what
pass
you're
the
gonna
gun around with the one bullet in it and go, who's going to get that? Well, that's way you can, family bond and also make dinner great again. This episode of the Dollar Saving Divas podcast is brought to you by renttherunway.com.
You'll find more than 200,000 pieces and 400 designers in the Rent the Runway closet. For any event you might be attending, formal, cocktail, or festive, you can get 4 or 8 day designer rentals for a fraction of the price. Anything you want, one flat price.
And when you click the link on our Dollar Saving Divas Facebook page, you'll save even more and help keep this podcast free.
Look great and save money too at renttherunway.com.
Thanks for listening to the Dollar Saving Divas. If you have ideas for an upcoming episode, we would love to hear from you. Just head to our Facebook page at facebook.com/dollarsavingdivas and share your comments. Our podcast is available on iTunes, iHeartMedia, or your favorite podcast player. Thanks again for listening.
Circle270media.com